Hello everyone, I hope life is treating you kindly. I'm Lubomira and thank you for joining me today. Welcome to all my crafty friends new and returning. I always look forward to this time of the week when we get together for some crafting fun. We are resuming our regular weekly crafting session, but in reality it's going to be an extension of the holiday series because it's still early on in December. The difference is I'm going to be showing some more Dollar Tree cards and there should be a holiday themed fake it until you make it video coming out soon. I know a few of you mentioned missing the series, but I promise I have a few more projects coming your way, just at a slower pace. I am also apologizing in advance because I caught some sniffles over the week, so if my voice sounds funny or I'm a little congested, just ignore it. Today's card is a Dollar Tree card featuring a holiday wreath, which I started in one direction but ended up going completely in a different one more than halfway through the project. It could have been a disaster, but I ended up salvaging the project. I'm excited to show you this project, so let's get into the video. I started off with stamping the word Merry over and over again across the front of a card panel that was slightly smaller than a standard size by about ½ inch from top and bottom. I created the word Merry using individual Dollar Tree alphabet stamps and stamped the word with red pigment ink on white cardstock. I moved the panel within my stamping platform over and down to move the greeting, using the grid to make sure everything aligned properly. You may be wondering what I'm showing you since my finished card doesn't seem to have this element. You're right, it doesn't. I left this in because I wanted to show you that nothing is set in stone, and much of the time, even though I have an idea of where I want a design to go, I do change my mind, and when I do, I have to figure out how to cover things up. Next, I went and die cut the little berry branch from one of the Dollar Tree metal die sets. I created a whole bunch of these off camera using white cardstock. I then traced a circle in pencil using a small container onto my stamped panel. I used that traced circle as a guide to glue the little branches around it. Once I had all the branches in place, I went and added little red pearls to them. I know it's a lot of pearls, but it was actually very calming putting them on. I would have used enamel dots instead, but I was afraid that they'd smudge as I was working. It would have been a good idea to apply them before I had glued the branches on and just left them to dry overnight. Another option would have been using some hole punched paper or confetti paper. Red glitter paper would have been lovely too. Now this is where I wasn't too impressed with the wreath. I felt that the words and the red berries were just too busy for one another. The word Merry seemed to get lost in the background. Perhaps if I had made it in another color, maybe black or gold or silver, it would have been another story. But as it was, I really didn't like it. So what to do? I was way too invested to throw out the piece. After all those die cuts and those pearls didn't just place themselves. To cover up the stamp design, I inserted a die cut circle into the center of the wreath, lifting the branches over it and gluing it into place. The majority of the stamped words are covered, and the parts that remain under the branches blend into the red berries so you don't really notice them. For the outer part of the words, I simply cut the wreath from the panel and glued it to a fresh white panel. I added a few more berries and some branches to fill in the more obvious exposed letters coming out from beneath, fluffing the branches to make the wreath fuller in the process. By the time I was done adding the branches and berries, you'd never know that there was a hidden design beneath. I trimmed some of the Dollar Tree cardstock to create my card base. I used a red piece from one of the paper packs to make a standard size panel and a black piece from one of the decorative cardstock packs to create a smaller matte panel. I attached the red cardstock to a white card base using liquid glue, and then I glued the black panel directly behind my wreath. I used foam tape to attach the wreath to the red card base when I was done. For the sentiment, I used a Dollar Tree sticker gift label. Leftover tags make great elements for cards, either for greetings or for the pretty elements that some of them have. Some labels can be used as is, or they can be trimmed down like the one I was using. The label I used was actually a little damaged. I placed it on a piece of white cardstock and then trimmed away the damaged area, leaving behind Season's Greetings. To give the greeting a more finished look, I ran the edge of the banner through a red ink pad, filling in the exposed white core of the paper. I used a piece of black cardstock to line the back of the Season's Greeting, repeating the same process to fill in the edges, this time with black ink. I attached the Season's Greeting to the black lining panel using foam tape. Then I attached the finished sentiment to the front of the card using a combination of foam squares and liquid glue. This gave me the extra wiggle room to place the sentiment exactly where I wanted. And that's it for this card. This card could have been a disaster, which would have otherwise been discarded. However, with the little bit of a cover-up, it proved to be salvageable. Have you ever saved something that you thought was beyond repair? Let me know in the comments below, I'm curious. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did sharing it with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, please leave me those comments. I'm always looking forward to hearing from you. I hope you'll join me next time for another project. Until then, have a wonderful week, and I hope life treats you kindly. Take care. Bye.